Hey guys, well, just a forewarning, this is not about deer hunting of any sort. For those of you that are looking for my deer hunting video or hunting videos, this doesn't have any reference to that. So, if you're watching this and you want to see something about hunting, might as well just exit out now because I'm going to be talking about my shoulder. So, alright, with that being said, I'm in a lot of pain. I don't know what happened. I'm still trying to figure it out, but something happened with my left shoulder. As you guys know, I had a surgery in February of 2014, and then I had another surgery in August of 2014. The first surgery, they removed some cartilage, a cartilage flap that tore in my socket, and I was still having some kind of slipping action going on, and the doctor never repaired that. So I was dealing with it, and it was a consistent amount of pain, consistent amount of slipping. Every time I moved my arm, it would pop. Something would slip inside, and it was just excruciating. So I went back in, saw a different doctor at a different clinic, and he said, well, we got to remove part of your clavicle. So in August, they went back in, they removed part of my clavicle, and they snipped my bicep tendon, and shaved some of my labrum off. Well, okay, so that was in August. Now it's literally January 1st of 2015 today, and I've been going to physical therapy 3 times a week since August till about last week. Well, my therapist discovered, he's like, I'm not getting anywhere with you because every time he manipulates my arm, I'm in a lot of pain. The shoulder never properly, healed. I don't know. But suddenly, in the last 2 weeks, I haven't said nothing about it because I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, but now it's getting to the point where it's like, holy shit, what is going on? I'm having immense amount of pain and limit of movement in the same arm they just operated on in August, my left arm here, and I don't know where to go from here. It's waves of sharp stabbing pain right here. If you guys can see that, right there. And not only is there something weird I can feel, but there's a divot. It's like a pocket that isn't in my right shoulder, but it's in my left. And I didn't have this pocket or this divot in my arm a month ago. I know because I'm always rubbing it. You rub it to get the blood flow in there to kind of increase the healing potential, I guess is what my physical therapist says. So I am lost, I guess. I don't know what's happening. My doctor is in India, and I have an appointment on the 13th to see a new doctor. Well, an old doctor of mine who I didn't like, and but he's the only one available. There's 2 other doctors there that both I had dealt with before, and they didn't seem to give a shit. They were just like, oh yeah, it'll get better, blah blah blah. Well, it turns out I needed 2 surgeries and months and months of therapy, and now I'm back to square one again. And I don't know if any of you have any suggestions. I wish I would appreciate it because this is bad. This is by far the most pain I've dealt with in the shoulder since my right shoulder surgery when I tore my labrum. So I'm thinking maybe labral tear. I don't know, but I'll try and show you guys here. It's gonna be hard to tell, but I can't find it. Oh, there it is, right there. It's just a deep pocket in there, and it is right now. I'm on, and I'm out of focus. There we go. Right now I'm on Vicodin, so I'm doing okay, but I'm running out. And they also gave me, here, ouch! They gave me these, which is Libriderm. It's a numbing patch you put on your shoulder, and as you can see the tape marks there, you gotta tape it on, and that tape is just, man, it's like duct tape. It sucks. So, something new is happening. I'm going to keep you guys up to date on it as much as possible. And pain scale, I bet it varies from. See, it all of a sudden it just happens for no reason. It just boom, it's like there, and it just happened. It's stabbing, like oh, I can't explain it here. This would be easier to, oh, sorry guys, yeah, I know. Anyway, so yeah, it's right there is where everything's happening, right, and it starts in my muscle, and works up, and then bam, and it's like, really bad, and then it goes up the side of my neck, and into my jaw, and up to the side of my head. And man, it's not good. Something's wrong, and I just was starting able, and I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but I was able to just start picking up my little boy, and he's 5 months old, and now I'm back to square one again, right after surgery, where I couldn't pick him up at all. And so every time I pick him up, I get this pinching, stabbing sensation, and I don't know, I'm lost. I'm really lost. It's not a pain I felt before. And I recognize shoulder pains. I recognize if it's the AC joint. I recognize if it's the labral. I recognize the cartilage. I can recognize the shoulder, or what is that? I can't think. There's another part. I can't think of the name of it though, unfortunately. Rotator cuff. And rotator cuff I haven't had problems with. I've never had a problem with my rotator cuff. It's always been labral or AC. And now I'm at this whole new level where maybe it is rotator cuff. They said that there was a micro tear, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know if that's the right terminology or not, in my labrum that they weren't going to mess with. Well, what if that's it? Because I know labral tears can be extraordinarily painful, but I also know a labral tear has the sensation of a loose shoulder. Well, I don't have that sensation. I have a sensation that's like tightness. I raise it up like this, and I can get, right there. That's about it. That's all I got right there. And then it's just like, bam, it's like a shock going through my system. Oh, I'm never going to get better. I'm going to have to literally apply for disability. I mean, my right arm, it's had 2 shoulder surgeries on my right arm as well. And that one, boom, look at that shit, I swear to God, my brain is just like, oh, let's fuck with him, Let's make his right arm really bad and get that all cut up and dissected and, let it heal. And then when it's almost all healed, let's fuck up his left arm. You know what I think it is I think that because my right arm was so bad, I was overusing my left arm. And this is before the first initial surgery. I was overusing my left arm, overcompensating, because my right arm was so bad. Well, then I tore up my left arm, and now my left arm is so much weaker than my right arm. Now my right arm is becoming my dominant arm, and now I'm trying to figure out what I could have done, and it wasn't any injury. There was no injury involved. It was just wear and tear. All of a sudden one day there was this loud pop, and then my arm went dead, and it was so painful. I had to go in for I went in for an emergency room visit because it was so sharp and so intense that they gave me a cortisone shot in 2 different locations in my socket. and that was like injecting liquid cement. That was horrible. And so, you know, after that, you know, ooh, we better operate. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. They went through the MRI. They did the injection into my joint with the dye. I can't think of the name of it. And they x-rayed it, you know, and everything, trying to find where it would pool. And they never found a tear. They found a little bit of a little thing that looked different. So it turned into an exploratory surgery. And they were like, okay, well, we got to go in there. We got to figure out what is causing this amount of pain. They never fixed it, you know. And then I had to go back in again 6 months or 4 or 5 months later, 4 months later, and the doctor was like, okay, we'll remove part of your EC joint. Well, they did that, and the slipping stopped. But you know, they removed the clavicle, part of the clavicle, only millimeters of it really. And then they shaved the labrum, and then they severed the bicep tendon because it's a kind of redundant tendon that doesn't need to be there. Well, I'm wondering if maybe that tendon does need to be there, and because it's coiled up now. You can't. Yeah, you can see it. Let's see if I can show it to you here. There's a bulge. And it's, yeah, I know I got big muscles, right? But no, there's a my stomach's growling too. But there's a ball right here where my muscle is. But there's a coil where the bicep tendon curled up and laid to rest. And so I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. See, and then there's the cracking too. Ouch. Sorry. Snapping my fingers is kind of like an immediate pain release for some reason. So there's my bitching. I'm sorry, guys. I know that hardly any of you want to see this, but I know that there's a few people out there that need this information. We, you know, go back and forth with our injuries, just to say, hey, this is what's happening. What do you do? And I'm doing the same now to you guys, the ones that have watched my shoulder videos, and asking for your help. If any of you know, you know, if you have any suggestions on what I could be dealing with. I know that this is kind of like, what if it's this or what if it's that, but anything would be helpful right now to figure out what I'm experiencing, because let me tell you, man, it's not good. It's a terrible pain that is affecting me, affecting, you know, my way of life again. And it's like, I've had 2 surgeries in my right now. 3 surgeries in my right, excuse me. I had where they cleaned scar tissue too, which is insignificant but still counts. And then I had now 2 surgeries in my left arm, which all happened in last year. And so it's just insanity. It's stupid. How can they operate on a shoulder expecting to fix it and making it worse? I mean, I think maybe I should have just left it where it was, but it was so bad. It was slipping. Oh my God, the cracking and the slipping, and yeah. Anyway, all right, that's enough of my bitch fest. If you guys have any advice, you know, feel free to PM me. Comments are great too, but remember, guys, you're helping me. You're helping my family when you thumbs up my videos. And right now, if we've ever needed it, we never needed it this bad. So thumbs up, share, favorite, all that other stuff. And come back with some advice, some comments. I'd appreciate anything, okay? So, alright guys, until next time, you know, I'll keep you up to date on what's happening. But until next time, I will catch you guys all later. Thanks.